Well, good afternoon, good Saturday afternoon, everyone. I'm in the kitchen cooking up something that I'd kind of had a craving for. You ever have those times where you just have a craving for something? And so I thought, how can I make this so that it's healthy and still satisfies my craving? Okay, so I'm gonna wait. Nobody's jumping on. I guess everybody's watching the ball game or taking a nap, or I'm not really sure. But I am live, but I'm gonna kick it up here in a minute. So let me show you what it is, and there you go. So it is a tortilla. It's not a sandwich. I was craving the sandwich, but you know we don't really do bread, especially not gluten. So this is a Siete family tortilla, and it does have a little bit of non-optimal things in it, but I'm going to cut it here and show it to you, and then I'm going to show you how I made it. So let me just show you what it is. And this is something I've just always loved and never really made it too much at home. So there you go. Can you tell from that what it is? So basically, it's a Reuben, but it is a Reuben, what am I gonna call it? Not taco, but tortilla or whatever. So I'm gonna start with, so I've got some corned beef here that I had thin sliced at the store. They thin sliced it for me from the deli. And I've got 2 pieces of Swiss cheese on it. And I let it, I heated it up just a little bit because I didn't want to leave my tortilla that long in the pan. But let me spray my pan a little bit. So I'm spraying a little avocado oil. You could put butter on there. That would make it even a little more yummy, you know. But I just used avocado oil. So what I've got here is some homemade Thousand Island. So if I don't have your email, I need your email because I'm going to mail this out, the recipe out, probably tomorrow in an email. But basically, it's 3/4 cup of mayonnaise, 1/4 cup of ketchup, some dill cubes, salad cubes. So they're dill, they're not sweet, and the reason they're not sweet is I don't want the sugar. So I strained them because you don't want all that juice in there. And I put about 1/4 cup of that in there. And then I put a heaping tablespoon of allulose. So that's my sweetener. So this tastes exactly like Thousand Island dressing. And that's what you put on Reuben. Or at least that's what my recipe calls for. And that's what I've always had on there. So I'm just spreading a little bit of that Thousand Island on there. And then I'm going to put a piece of meat this way, and then we like ours meaty. And James might even like one more piece of meat, so I'm going to do that piece in half and make his kind of meaty. And then I'm going to actually, underneath that other meat right there, I'm going to put the sauerkraut, okay? Not a lot, and you will need to drain your sauerkraut and blot it dry. Because you know, you don't want it juicy. And so that's what I did. And then I'm just going to let that cook. I'm going to put another tortilla. Well, actually, I'm going to put the Thousand Island right here. Another thing you can add to your Thousand Island to make it a little thicker if you want to is boiled eggs. But I didn't do that. All right, so we're just going to do that there. Let that cook a minute. I want to taste this and see how it tastes. Tastes like a Reuben to me, yeah. What's missing is the rye bread. That's usually what you put on a Reuben, but I'm good with this. So I'm gonna let that heat cook on that one side, then I'm gonna flip it over, and that's what we're having for dinner. I think I'm gonna have, ooh, I'll burn myself, have another bite. Just to see if anything's missing. But nothing is missing from that. That's gonna be good. And James is gonna like it because it's, you know, kind of meaty. So I wanted to talk to you today about what you focus on grows. And where your focus goes, your energy flows. Now let me go ahead and flip this. I don't usually like to use metal on this pan, but I'm afraid my other spatula will not work. I don't have a big, flat, non-metal spatula. But let me just see how that's, oh yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm gonna get him a plate up here to put his on, and we'll enjoy that. And I do have an avocado. I might slice up an avocado to go along beside that, but he'll be fine with just that, nothing else. But you know, what you focus on grows, and where your focus goes, your energy flows. And that's one of the things I teach in my 90-day program is if you're focused on what you can't have as far as food, then you'll never make it. You'll never make it. And I've seen so many people, you know, they'll talk to me about, well, I just missed this, and I missed that, and I missed the other thing. And I'm like, well, you know, you're gonna have to move away from that, because if you don't, next thing you know, it's the same thing as like an alcoholic. If they don't move away from, you know, wanting the alcohol, craving the alcohol, feel like they're missing the alcohol, you have to put other things in your life, and you have to put good things in your life. Okay, I think that's done enough. I just really wanted it browned a little bit. Let's see if I can get under there and look at it. Yeah, that's coming along. I really just wanted to melt that cheese. And I think I'm just gonna let it slide right off of there. Just like that. There we go. Okay. And then for him, I'm going to cut it too with this pizza cutter, because that's just a convenient way to do it. And I may cut it into 4 pieces, because I think that make it easier to eat without everything kind of sliding out the sides. Here we go. But let me just make sure that's gonna, yeah, that's gonna be good. All right, so let me go. I'll go in a minute and we'll sit down at the table and eat. But so I just, you know, what I see so much is that people they gain weight, or they lose weight and then they gain it back, and they lose weight, or they'll lose 100 pounds and they'll gain it back. And you know, to lose 100 pounds, that's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of sacrifice, and it's hard. But here's what I say: you have to choose your hard. And so what I see every day as a physical therapist, not every day, but 2 or 3 days a week, people that are just letting themselves go, especially after 60, 65. They either retire and they just kind of think they're going to slide out the back end, but really what happens is after about 65, you actually fall off a cliff. And that cliff is no muscle, losing your muscle, and losing your strength, and losing your mobility. And you know what I talk about? The 3 fatal F's for females is falls, fractures, and frailty. And frailty comes on really quick. It really does. And what that is, think about it. Just this week I had one of my clients, she said, my friends that are older than me, she's in her mid-60s, I guess. She said, I see them, they're so frail, and they're losing their vision, and they're getting all humped over, and you know, when I go to see them, they're shuffling around the house. And you know what I hear so often is, I tripped and fell on a rug. So if you've got scatter rugs in your house, they're going to make you scatter. So you need to get rid of those. They're not safe. I mean, unless they're really anchored down to the floor. But decorative rugs are a place to fall. And especially, and here's what else I hear: the dog bumped me, or I ran, you know, the dog ran between my legs, or somebody came to the door and the dog rushed by me and knocked me down. And I've had that happen with my daughter's dog 3 or 4 times. I was out running in the driveway and he just clipped between me, and he didn't mean it. I mean, he had no idea, but it could have caused me to fall. And and I'm running, and that could have caused a problem. So we don't want to fall. The statistic that is so just permeates my mind sometimes when I think about it is only 35% of people survive a fall after 60 in the first year. And that's a staggering statistic. So we don't want to fall. We want to keep our balance. And I've showed you many exercises, but like what I'm fixing to do here after I eat supper is do a stretching and mobility exercise. And I may just do it right here on Facebook Live, because I think you definitely need to stay stronger, keep your strength up, work on your balance, but you also need to increase your mobility, because what happens is we get tight, we go forward, we need to stretch that out. So I'm going to show that what to do. But I hope you're pondering all these things, and you're thinking, well, it's just hard to do exercise, it's hard to do this, it's hard to do that. But what's hard is a fall and a fracture, and having to go to the nursing home, or having to go to rehab, or losing your ability to get things for yourself. And that's what frailty is. And so we don't want to do that. So in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be offering an opportunity to join my next challenge. And so for the next 2 weeks, you're going to be getting emails. And then there's going to be a training, like 3 nights of training, where I talk about different things. We're going to talk about exercise. We're going to talk about nutrition. We're going to talk about how to talk to your doctor, what things to ask your doctor, just how to be a healthy person. And you'll get a chance to join a group of healthy people. And healthy people do healthy things. Like healthy people figure out how to make a Reuben without the bread. Yeah. Healthy people exercise. Healthy people drink plenty of water. And I haven't had all I need today, but I'm about to have some. Healthy people figure out how to make Thousand Island dressing without sugar, and because I don't want my blood sugar to spike. So those are all just some tips, and I hope you're going to have a good evening. I hope you're going to get some good sleep. I'm going to go to bed earlier tonight. Tonight, I hope by 10 o'clock I will be asleep, because I'm going to wake up usually around 6, because I want to get that 8 hours of sleep. But let me hear from you. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. If I don't have your email, just put that in the comments. Just put email, and I'll put a link in there that you can click on, and it'll put you in my email list. But I am going to be sending out this recipe and probably a couple of others this week, maybe a dessert and recipe, or something you can have for a snack after a meal. But let me give you one more tip. It's hard for me not to try to tell you everything I know, because I want you to be so healthy. But after I eat, I'm going to go for a 10-15 minute walk. If you will walk after you eat, it will bring your blood sugar down really quick. And that's the whole name of the game in this metabolic flexibility, is keeping your blood sugar down, because if you keep your blood sugar down, your insulin won't spike. And insulin it's a good thing, but too much of it is not a good thing, and it causes high blood pressure. It causes a lot of things. It causes metabolic inflexibility, and it causes your body to become resistant to insulin. So we don't want to do that. Hey, Charlotte, I see you on here. Hey, Jerry and Bonnie and Danny and Sue and let's see who else. Lori and Patricia. Good to see all y'all. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Hey, Suzanne, I think I saw where you did an assessment, so I'd love to get on the phone and talk to you. Kathy, I'd love to talk to you. Pat. Yeah, so just get ready and be on the lookout for this opportunity to get in on my next challenge that's going to be starting in a couple of weeks. And I look forward to sharing the information with you and helping you to just have your best life. That's what I want for you, is your best life. I want you to feel good. I want you to sleep good. I want you to do good. I want you to just enjoy life. So y'all have a great night, and let me hear from you.